All right, you guys. So today was a good one. Can't wait to get into it. Traded BNAI and ROLR. Let's go ahead and hop into some charts. All right, let's go ahead and jump right into it, you guys. So check this out. The first one I'm going to be going over is going to be BNAI. I was watching this while I was at the gym. I missed this spike. I missed this bounce. I was at the gym. I didn't really want to trade it. I was uncertain about the price action and all of that, and I just wasn't really willing to take a risk and trade this at the gym. It just wasn't one of those trades. So I came back home, set up the charts. I saw that this was dipping, and I kind of got excited with this entry right here. I ended up just cutting right away because I was in ROLR and I was trying to maximize my daily P&L. However, with this, hindsight, I'm glad that I cut this early. My profit target was high of day. If it would have reached, I would have been positive like $10, and then um, the risk was right here at 560. I would have been negative like $7. I just wasn't really willing to go through all this chop for it to maybe not work out, as it didn't work out. As soon as I exited, I saw that the volume right here, so I knew that this probably wasn't going to be squeezing at the end of the day like I was hoping. And then plus this entry right here, I didn't give it enough time to consolidate. So I was just trigger happy, saw a green candle, and I'm like, okay, it's going to start bouncing. But um, yeah, as you can see, that just didn't happen. So I'm happy that I cut this trade here. Now, the good trade here was ROLR. Now, when I saw this, I didn't know that there was news on this. I just thought that this was just a chat pump and it was a pump, and the pumpers are pumping it up. So I was just being very, very. I was playing this very, very safe. So I knew that it squeezed this morning, and so midday I saw it curling back up again. So I took a position here and I took a position here. My risk was not this 1220. My risk was actually, I was keeping it a tight risk, was 1390, because it's very volatile. I didn't want to lose more than I needed to. Um, I maybe should have risked 1208, 1220, but I'm happy that I didn't. So, obviously I'm happy that I didn't because it worked. However, with this very volatile move and how much it squeezed this morning, I knew that this is very volatile, and I didn't want to take any chances of risking more than I need to and losing more money than I need to, especially since I'm trading with a small account. So I saw it curling back up, took a trade, and then I saw it actually working, so I added to my position. My actual my actual profit target was gonna be this pre-market high. However, since I thought that this was just a pump and I didn't think that there was anything backing it, like the good news that this had, and I thought it was just a chat pumping all this up, my risk, I brought it down to just under $20. And so when I entered right here shortly after, it got halted to the upside, and it was halted for about like 10 minutes. It was the longest 10 minutes of my life. And within these 10 minutes, I was debating, should I not have my profit target here on TradingView so it could get executed as soon as as soon as this unhalts, um, or should I just let it run once it unhalts? And so after all that, I decided to set my profit target, and it got executed as soon as this unhalted. It got executed right here at 2025. I made about I made $30, and so for me with my small account, this was a really good trade, especially when it comes to the money size. This was a 20% gain. Now, however, looking back at it, if I knew that this had news, I probably would have sold a good chunk of my shares. As you could see, I only had 9 shares. I probably would have sold, six and held three. Um, but I didn't, and so that was like the conversation back and forth with me, where I'm like, let me just exit full shares, and if this runs, it runs. It's okay. I got my $30. I got my 20%. It was a good trade. It was an easy trade. It was a stress free trade. aside from it being halted. But it being halted up was good. I'd rather be caught in a halt up than a halt down, right? So when I saw this pattern, um, I knew, okay, spike and then spike. However, I didn't think it was gonna go almost all the way to 34. If I would have held half size, I probably just would have taken off. I would have exited fully in my position here at 24. Um, but this is just, it's a learning curve, I guess you can say. And since I'm trading with small size, I didn't have enough buying power to go back in. When I was watching this right here, this dip, I was like, okay, this might be over. But then this recovery right here, I was like, okay, no, this definitely has some more squeeze to it. So then it chopped around for a little bit, and yeah, I ended up getting halted up here, and then with this run. So if I had more buying power, obviously it's a lot easy for me to say, oh yeah, I would have hopped into this trade, right? Um, but I was kind of like mentally trading this, and yeah, once I saw this nice recovery after this, I'm like, okay, I think this is gonna squeeze some more, and it did. It squeezed from 21 all the way to almost 34. So beautiful, beautiful trade with this one. I believe this ran like 800% today. So this is definitely one for the books. That's my trading recap, you guys. Thank you so much.